Today, from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's Week 18 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers taking on Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the San Francisco 49ers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and yes, it's January 7th, but we haven't seen you since New Year's Eve, so we have to say Happy New Year, one and all. And partner, Happy New Year to you. This is it, the conclusion of the 20... 23 season, hard to believe, but we got a good one here between division rivals. And you like what the NFL's done here, making Week 18 all division games.
I think it's one of the more inspired moves by the league because they've made these matchups really count. And typically they mean something, not a lot of coasting as people head towards the play. January 7th, is it too late to say it? We're kind of right on the borderline, aren't we, about Happy New Year? Because that always seems to be the subject of debate.
So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They're brought out by a man now in his 15th NFL season, one of the most productive passers in league history, and a former Super Bowl champion, Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken first overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick. Throughout his career, he's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
Stafford going to throw from the outset. And incomplete to open things up. These two teams, remember, met in Inglewood earlier in the year with the Rams coming out on top. So a win here in Santa Clara would give them the season series. 2nd and 10, Stafford again. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. From the gun, here's Stafford. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. This is fielded at the 27. Oh, able to avoid him. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Leading them out, someone who took the league by storm last year is the most famous Mr. Irrelevant ever. From Iowa State, it's Brock Purdy.
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sensed that the pressure wouldn't get to him. He feels comfortable being the face of this offense and shouldering the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience other quarterbacks do.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Play action, now Purdy. Throw left side, McCaffrey's got it. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. The Niners at 12-4 now on the year, and they've gone a full couple of months now since their last loss, winners of 8 in a row.
And we always talk about how a team has to play complementary football in order to really be a good squad. But I think in this league, if your offense isn't playing really well as this one is, you're not going to run off this kind of a streak.
A throw over the middle, taken in. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. In motion right, Debo. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They need 12 here. It's 3rd down. Again, running left, it's McCaffrey. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he's going to be out of bounds, a few yards shy of the line to gain. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. Stafford on first down. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run by Evans. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
You look at this Niner defense.
They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Here's 3rd and 9.
Now Stafford. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Here's Matt Araiza now. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Fielded at about the 28. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, his team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through. I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. This defense for the Rams, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
This time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy.
Connects with Kittle underneath. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that one. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Another run with Mitchell.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go for a touchdown. But the runs that really make it work are the ones where you just get what you need, right? And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. We're scoreless after one. Purdy now to throw. Forced out to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And the Rams are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. The turnovers, obviously, Charles, always costly, but man, when you throw those interceptions in the end zone.
He tried to fit that one into his tight end, and I often use the expression NFL open, which means a tighter window. Down near the goal line, you really want him to be open. In this case, it cost him.
And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Throwing is Stafford. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big third down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. Pass taken, and it's a fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
On first down, it's Purdy. Flushed out right. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. They need about the length of the football here on first and goal. McCaffrey will score. Touchdown, 49ers.
We talk a lot about Christian McCaffrey and what he can do in the open field, and it's easy to gloss over how tough he can be to stop near the goal line. And he shows you just how tough he is on that carry as he takes it into the end zone.
And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field.
Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up. Then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
And he is going to lose yardage here. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
This offense so far on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for this with Evans. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taken in at the 22. 21 yards. Well done on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's up over 1,200 yards now on the season. Had a touchdown on that last drive as well. Things continuing to trend in the right direction for this. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Purdy's throw pulled in by Kittle.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Escaping the pressure right.
An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
Back to throw, Purdy.
That is caught. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Once more, Purdy looking to throw.
Eluding the pressure right. And oh, it'll be intercepted.
And the Rams are going to get the football here. Will come out to the 20.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season, and add another feather in the cap for the coaches too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
A 2nd and 11 from the 19.
Stafford now to throw.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give him a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Now a fake on the jet sweep. Well, here's McBride instead.
And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26.
Matter rising now on to punt this one away.
And we'll see what he can do on the return. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. San Francisco set to go on offense once more.
And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while they'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Purdy now on 2nd down.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly, and you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Shotgun now with Purdy. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Purdy from the gun.
Flush to his right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by Ernest Jones.
And the Rams are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
Well, the Rams going to take over late in this first half.
And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right?
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers.
And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Purdy.
And it's caught. Touchdown 49ers.
Christian McCaffrey.
He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the 49ers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
That right there makes up for that missed extra point they had after the first score.
Yeah, they went ahead and got back to level by going for 2 and having the normal amount of points, so that works out pretty well for them. And if you're the kicker, don't worry about it too much. Now they got back to where they want to be, they'll trot out there for the next one.
allows Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Now the Rams about to go on offense one final time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Now Stafford. That's complete to Tyler Johnson. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now a play fake it at Stafford. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Tershawn Wharton in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Here comes the Rams punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he fields it cleanly. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission.
And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play.
Hey, we get it. No time to waste. Playoffs starting next week. We skip right over halftime and get back to the action. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Brock Purdy and the offense back out there.
And it was somewhat of a strange first half. He threw 3 interceptions, yet you look at the scoreboard, they've got the lead.
So you know what I think he did at the half? He stood up in front of the team, especially in front of the defense, and said, thank you. Appreciate what you've done. You guys have picked me up in a big way. And guess what? I'm going to get back to being who I am, which is pretty darn good. Let's go play the second half.
49 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 30 before being taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Purdy bootlegging it.
Rolling to his left.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
And that could have been the lifeline they needed. This is a play that could have been made. Instead, it's just going to fall incomplete.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this. And he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
He doesn't get many opportunities to carry it, so he's got to maximize. In this case, after dropping it like that, I think his number's going to go way down. What do you think?
Yeah, and sometimes those fullbacks, let's just be frank, they usually don't have the hands that the running back does.
And it's hard for them because they do so much blocking that a lot of times their hands actually get beat up in the process, and it's hard for them to hold on to the football.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's Purdy. Connects with Kittle underneath. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes it can break big.
Purdy looking to throw on 1st down here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. And quickly, they get to the line. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. 3rd and 2. Again, it's Purdy to throw it. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Niners' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. This time, the extra point up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. As the Rams offense comes back out, here is the NFC playoff picture coming into the weekend. And the division title, that's out of reach. We know that. This is as good a spot, Charles, as they're going to get. That first wild card and the number 5 overall seed.
Barton is not out of the question, especially with the 7 seeds that they have now in the playoffs. If you do win and the other wild card teams win in the first round, you could find yourself with a home game in the divisional round. Now, we know that's not likely, but it's not out of the question. Bottom line, you have to win to put yourself in that position.
And he's going to have a Rams first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line. Bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. Inside the 10, and he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. Fumbles, that's how you get in the coach's doghouse. The first one lost and it hurt. This time you lose it and it's taken in for a score. It really hurt.
And about that doghouse, it won't exactly be comfortable, and it definitely won't be air-conditioned.
Milk bones?
None.
Extra point try now for Moody. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Off of play action, here's Stafford. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. Stafford. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having, because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps, to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
Now 2nd and 9. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver. Inside the 15. 65 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. Touchdown! George Kittle. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the 49ers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Now Moody for the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized. You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And again, they'll go. And oh, he coughed it up. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
You see Purdy, he's going to shift him around. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for first and goal. McCaffrey following the penalty. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Were you as surprised as I was that they actually ran it on 2nd down there? I thought that they would go ahead and throw it in every situation here.
Yeah, they've thrown for 3 touchdown passes. Now here, I think they probably go back to the air.
Yeah, I think so. But ordinarily, 2nd down is when you run your play fake, your play action, show run, and throw the ball. Now they brought up 3rd down. They'll have to throw it anyway.
McCaffrey. And it looks like he's going to be stopped short of the first down by about a yard. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Christian McCaffrey with career touchdown number 75. And the 49ers are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. No hesitation on the decision to go on 4th and goal from the 1, and they punch it in.
And I do believe that field position factors in there, too, because even if they don't get in, you're going to force the other guys to go to full 99 yards. So, to me, a good calculated risk, which actually paid off.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Now the Rams offense getting the football back. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Play action. Stafford. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. A good pickup there, 21 yards. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And he's got this down to the 35. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. To throw is Stafford. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Stafford looks to throw again. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They snap it to Stafford.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Touchdown, Rams.
Cooper Kupp
with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year.
And the Rams are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards.
And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
45 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And making the tackle there, Jacoby Durant. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Once again, it's Mitchell.
After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell.
And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps, because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. On second down, here's Mitchell. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
First down, here's Mitchell. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
And Mitchell going to have a 49ers first down as he'll be brought down at the 27.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 2 yards to go, second down.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Mike 46, Mike 46. Yeah, you don't want none.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Right back to Mitchell here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. 2nd and 10. They run over center with Mitchell. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's Mitchell. And he is going to lose yardage here. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the 49ers, a victory in Week 18 gives them a final mark of 13 up and 4 down. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for L.A., the loss means they finish with a mark of 10 wins and 7 losses. And it's going to be finger-crossing time as we await the final shakedown of this year's playoff picture. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.